Not only have I been a comedy magician for many years, but I've also been in sales and an entrepreneur for several businesses. These insights I share in my keynote will give people hope and inspiration.
Mom, you're gonna be so proud of me because I'm gonna make you look so good. And I promise, Mom, I'm gonna pay back everything, every single cent. And so I bought the mailing list. I had somebody produce the postcards, put the labels and addresses on the postcards and send it out. And then it was at that moment, the moment of truth I've been waiting for my entire life. I was on the brink of greatness. And then finally, the phone rang. And I thought, this is wonderful. This is gonna be the first customer of a multi-million-dollar business. I'm so excited. And then I picked up the phone and I said, Prodigy Educational Services, this is Mike speaking. How may I help you? The lady on the other side of the phone, she said, I got your postcard in the mail. Can you remove me from the mailing list?
But I would tell them that it's very important to be very creative and to think outside the box. People are always inspired and tell me how much they learned.
What I realized was that I didn't need more mailing addresses, I didn't need more labels, and I certainly didn't need more postcards. What I really needed was more influence. Influence to grow my business, influence to get customers to come to me, and influence so that I could make good on my promise to my mom. The crock pot was the centerpiece of my family's dining experience. Without the crock pot, things would be quite different. And so I remember the crock pot as if it was just a foundational part of childhood.
One of the points I cover in my keynote is how to overcome self-limiting thoughts. If we're honest with ourselves, all of us have self-limiting thoughts. But the problem is that we're afraid to admit them and even more afraid to challenge them.
So I grabbed the crock pot in the kitchen and I marched it across the kitchen. And as I did that, I dropped it.
If we don't deal with these self-limiting thoughts, they will deal with us. And we're not able to perform as excellently as we are created to.
When the crock pot shattered that day, that wasn't the only thing that shattered. So did my confidence. That memory of that crock pot shattering set me back. It was my self-limiting thought, and I was never able to shake it.
One of the keys to success of companies is for employees to be genuinely interested in one another. When people are genuinely interested in one another, people feel like it's a family. They want to stay. You're able to retain top talent, and you're able to create an atmosphere where people want to come back to work again and again.
If you want people to be interested in you, take interest first. Take a genuine interest in people, and they will be open to your influence. Because he had so much toxic buildup from years of rejection in his own life, he couldn't help but lay it out on my mom and on me.
One of the most important topics to deal with for companies is how to deal with toxic people.
Son, I'm disappointed in you. What's wrong with you? You're supposed to be a doctor. I gave you a chance, son.
If left untouched, toxic people can completely ruin a company. And then a company will have difficulty attracting and retaining top talent. And before long, the company won't be as productive as it could be.
There's a difference between me and my dad. When people criticized him, when people hurt him, when people spoke ill of him, he received it. I took it and trashed it. He took it and it trashed him. I decided to do one of my favorite tricks of all time, the man in the balloon. I brought an audience member up to the stage, I inflated a huge balloon, and I proceeded to drape the balloon over his head, and then his head disappeared, and then down to his waist, and you couldn't see the upper half, and then to the very bottom, and he was out of sight. People were laughing hysterically. They didn't know what to do. They've never seen this before. Will he survive? What's he going to do?
Believe it or not, having fun is number one. When people are laughing together, they're loving each other. And when people love each other, they can't wait to see each other again.
People were open to being influenced by me. Why? Simply because they laughed.
Laughing together brings us close. That's why it's very important for companies to have a workplace culture where it's fun, where it's light, where it's something to look forward to.
The closest people in your life are those you laugh with the most. If you know the secret of having fun and creating laughter amongst the people around you, you're gonna go a long way. And the list goes on. I wish, I wish, I wish. Chances are you have regrets in your life also. If you want fewer regrets, increase your influence.